Another impasse. So after a disastrous meeting in Salzburg with EU leaders on Wednesday and Thursday, where EU leaders firmly rejected Theresa May's latest Brexit plan, the UK Prime Minister has responded strongly today.
Yesterday, Donald Tusk said our proposals would undermine the single market. He didn't explain how in any detail or make any counter-proposal. So we are at an impasse. The EU should be clear. I will not overturn the result of the referendum, nor will I break up my country. We need serious engagement on resolving the two big problems in the negotiations. And we stand ready.
Sterling falling sharply today, as Sarah mentioned, but it's well off the one-month lows. That's partly due to a weaker dollar more broadly and stronger UK inflation data. Today's fall because of the risk of a no-deal Brexit rising, though Theresa May did extend a small olive branch to the EU on EU citizens' rights, but 1.5% tells its story in terms of the decline today.
So does this mean that she would potentially let the UK crash out of the EU with no deal on the table, or will we see another referendum and we get a chance to go back?
I think another referendum remains a long way off. Clearly she said there and in other parts of the speech that she's not going to allow anyone to overturn the democratic decision of the people 2 years ago. This speech, I think, was as much for her own party to prevent more resignations following the fact that her deal was clearly rejected over the last couple of days, and she needed to show leadership. That she did. We'll have to see how it goes down with the EU leaders, who already felt she was a bit too firm over the last couple of days, and this was a very firm response. So the chance of no deal has risen. She maintains the chance of a second referendum is zero.
Right. She's in a bit of a vice because plenty think she's not being firm enough.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's why I think this speech had to come out and do that after she'd been kind of humiliated and pushed back by the EU in the last couple of days. I mean, the interesting thing that's happening at the moment is the two binary possibilities of overturning the result and no deal become more and more likely because they can't seem to meet in the middle. The next month is crucial.
I was going to say, what's next? What should we be watching?
Well, there's another summit coming up in November, but this was meant to set the terms for November to sort of rubber stamp what was agreed, and clearly they've stepped back from that. She was very firm, and the EU didn't like that earlier in the week, and she's been firm still. She even called out the EU for not showing her enough respect. So this was for her own party to show that she's strong, she's willing to go as far as no deal if they don't come back to the table, and that's why the pound is down 1.5%.
Fascinating that she's playing this game just as Hassett is playing this Canada game back home on the same day.
Every time we hear Canada and Chrystia Freeland or Justin Trudeau say no deal is better than a bad deal, it always takes me back to a phrase that Theresa May has, of course, coined as her own. And again, we heard it very loud and clear today. And that final little soundbite we heard to say, look, we are ready for a no deal, which whether or not they are or not, but she's saying that, is a pretty strong statement. The olive branch she extended, though, was on EU citizens' rights. In that speech, she said the 3 million EU citizens that live in the UK, she essentially confirmed they would have a right to remain in the UK regardless, no deal or deal, and that's a little bit further than she's gone before. That's the hope that she can get in the back of the table.
I'm not sure the market agrees that no deal is better than a bad deal for her.
For sure, that's why the pound is down 1.5%.